Hi, my name is Josh and I'm a luxury real estate agent here in Tamarindo, Costa Rica, and today I'm going to share with you my story of relocating my family and myself to Costa Rica. In this video, I'm going to share with you my personal experience first coming to Costa Rica originally, deciding to move to Costa Rica, and then what actually happened once we came here. We've been coming to Costa Rica for over 10 years now. The first time we came to Costa Rica, we stayed in the Coco area, and it was always something very special about Costa Rica. From the biodiversity, the fresh air, we just felt great being here. And after we left, we always talked about it would be nice someday to move here. And we've traveled all over the world. Costa Rica holds a very special place in our heart. And over time, we started seriously looking into how we could transition and live here full time, or even live here for a period of time throughout the year. So now we're living in Los Angeles, working full time, sitting in traffic 2 to 3 hours every day. We started to get burnt out on the day-to-day grind in Los Angeles, and we still had Costa Rica on our mind. Because we started to get tired of Los Angeles, we started getting more serious about Costa Rica. We began researching properties online, looking at the different areas, and then in our trips we actually started exploring different areas. So we rented a car and we drove all the way to the southern tip of Oso Peninsula. We checked out Uvita area, we went to San Manuel Antonio, all different areas just to try to get a feeling for where we liked it most. What ended up sticking out most to us was the Guanacaste area, which is where a lot of people do settle when they come to Costa Rica. This area was special to us for a few reasons. One, it had access to great schools. It had great health care in this area, and then it also, just in general, has some of the most beautiful beaches that Costa Rica is known to offer, and it's close to the airport. So for all these reasons, we were leaning toward Guanacaste area, but we weren't sure exactly what part of Guanacaste. There's a few different cities that we wanted to explore in further detail, and I'll get into that later in the video. So now in Los Angeles, we're getting more serious about moving to Costa Rica. We reached out to KRAIN Luxury Real Estate here in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, and one of their relocation specialists was fantastic. They put us in touch with a great attorney that specialized in relocation. This is a group called Immigration Experts. So they were able to give us some very valuable information, and this is just different things that I could do in advance to the move to help prepare certain documents that I need to gather, just to get a general idea how I would go about getting my residency and my family's residency once we moved here. So as we're beginning to finalize our plans, we realized that we needed to put our house for rent and find some renters. We explored a few different options. What we decided to do was list our property on Airbnb. This was a good option for us because we were able to book out for a few months in advance, and then during that time period that the property had initially been booked, we started looking for a longer term renter. So this was all something that we were able to do in advance of leaving, and we had the security of knowing that we at least had our main expenses covered through that rental. So what we started to do is we started to consolidate, pack items. It was actually a refreshing experience for us because we started to realize what things we really needed and what things we didn't need, and all the way down to the toys that our kids played with. We tried to pick the most important things to us, the most important things to our kids, and we probably consolidated everything to maybe 5 or 6 suitcases. So we made our travel arrangements. We decided we were going to land in Liberia Airport, and we booked an initial week in Playa Grande. There was a nice development called Las Ventanas. It was different homes, a gated community. This was a chance for us to just figure out where we wanted to be in Costa Rica. So we touched down. We didn't have a car. We had a taxi that took us around a few different areas as we're getting more acclimated. This was great for us. A lot of people, when they come to Costa Rica, they come in and they purchase a car right off the bat. And we'll go into this in another segment, but I highly recommend you don't do this. Whether it's renting a car, getting a lay of the land, or utilizing a taxi service or someone to take you around, you really don't want to jump into anything too quick until you understand exactly what you're getting yourself into and what you're looking for. So now as we're looking for our next location to stay, we started thinking what areas, what we ended up doing is we reached out to KRAIN's property management company. We saw a few billboards when we were in town. What they were able to do, since they had access to many different properties, and since it was actually the low season at that time, we were able to get a great deal on a property in Pacific Park. So this is a high-rise condo in the center of Tamarindo, 24/7 security, walking distance from everything that Tamarindo has to offer. And we thought this was a great landing pad for us. We were able to explore the surrounding area. We still didn't have a car at this point, but this is one of the reasons why we landed in Tamarindo. Since we didn't have a vehicle, we wanted to be able to walk to the grocery store. We wanted to be able to walk and grab a bite to eat or walk to the beach for our kids to play. So we were really happy with this choice in Tamarindo. Just so you know, and this is our experience having young children, Tamarindo is a very lively city. This is essentially the Times Square of Costa Rica, and it has a great nightlife scene, but it's definitely a little more noise at night than we like just with our kids. It didn't disturb us. It was perfectly fine, but we were thinking about what could be just a little bit quieter for us in particular, having young kids. So we stayed here in Pacific Park roughly a month. It was a great experience for us. We really enjoyed our time here in Tamarindo, and then we found this lovely pocket called Langosta. This is about a 5-minute drive from Tamarindo down a paved road. This is another beach community that is a little more family oriented. From our experience, majority of the people that live in Tamarindo are renting property, and I'd say about 20% of people in Tamarindo are living there full time. We found this pocket in Langosta where about 80% of people are living there full time, 20% renter, which gave it a slightly different, more family-centered vibe, which was great for us. So we were very happy with that move to Langosta, and that's where we're at currently. So now that we're settled in Langosta, we need a bank account, we need a car, we need to find schools for our kids. There's a whole list of things that was important to us that we tackled one at a time. But the good news is we're going to help you through all of that in another video. We're going to break down each of these things that we went through. It is a different. You are in another country. Things are a little bit different here than what you're used to in the USA or Canada, but it's okay. Everything was manageable. It's just a different process, and we're here to help you through it. So whenever you move, especially move to a new country, there's always a lot of uncertainty. One thing that we really liked about moving to Costa Rica is that all the people that we met, especially families, they were all very like-minded. Not everyone's going to pick up their entire life and move to another country, but the good news is all of the things that I went through this journey, the folks in our surrounding community had been through, and they were very willing to help me out. So overall, we're extremely happy with our experience. We're extremely happy that we came here, we went out on a limb, moved to a foreign country, and we're here, and we're really enjoying it. Our kids are extremely happy. We've gone back home to visit, and every time we come back to Costa Rica, it feels like home. This was a great decision for us. I really hope this content has been informative, and you took out at least a few tidbits for yourself. So on our end, we're looking for property currently. Our long-term plan here in Costa Rica is to purchase a piece of land and build our dream house. At the same time, we're exploring other options as well too. There's some amazing developments that are coming about, and I think there's a lot of opportunities for anyone who is considering a move like this to find their piece of paradise as well. So please let me know what your biggest takeaway from this video is in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Pura vida.